dating a boy as a lesbian. Hello you beautiful human, I am Xanthe, and today I'm going to be telling you the story of when I actually dated a boy for the first time and only time, and how it really helped me discover that I'm in fact a lesbian. So this was in grade 9. I was about 14 at this point, or 15, can't quite remember, and I was discovering that I was feeling romantic feelings towards people. So first of all, I had a crush on this one girl in grade 9, and I didn't really want to be gay because I knew that it would make my life a little bit harder, first of all, to find other gay people to date, and secondly, with just society in general. So I actually had an English class that was all boys and me. This was because I was in applied, meaning I was like one level below normal school or whatever. Anywho, so I was in this class and I had all boys around me. And now I was friends with most of these guys because they were from my elementary school. But there was one guy in particular, a redhead, because they're just so cute. And we became friends, and we actually had another class together, which again was all boys, so we hung out quite often. So, I started to develop feelings for this boy, or what I thought were feelings, and he developed feelings for me. One day he texted me and he was like, "Hey, my friends are asking me, do you like me? Do you have a crush on me?" And I replied, "Oh, just tell them the truth." And he's like, "Yeah, what's that?" I said, "It's yes." Me being the cool grade 9 that I am, I thought it was super cool with that line. Yeah. Anyway, but I told him that I had a crush on him, and he just like didn't reply. And I was kind of upset about it, but I didn't really have many feelings towards this for some reason. So he eventually came around and told me that he also had a crush on me. Now, we told each other that we had a crush on each other, but we didn't really do much about it. And so I was like, oh, well, with dating, you need to like go on dates, so why don't I just ask him to lunch? So I did that. I asked him to lunch, we set up this whole thing, and we were going to meet in the cafeteria. Well, I got to the cafeteria that day, and I sat there with my lunch waiting for him to come. I texted him and I was like, "Hey, are you coming?" And he just like didn't reply until after lunch. So I just decided to go sit with my friends and eat my lunch. And so after lunch he texted me, he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I had to go home, whatever, blah 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 blah." So that was one day. And for some reason, I didn't really feel much about that. I was like, oh, that's fine. I got to hang out with my friends, which were all girls, just saying. And I did have a crush on one of them. So I personally thought it was a great lunch. So I thought, hey, maybe let's try again. I'm gonna really try to be straight this time. So I asked him to lunch, and yet again he stood me up because he had to do something. There was some sort of excuse that he came up with. So I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'm just gonna hang out with my friends instead, again with the girl that I had a crush on, which I thought was great. So about a month goes by and we're kind of like dating still. Not really, because we haven't really gone on any dates, we haven't held hands, we haven't kissed, we haven't even hugged at this point. And so I was like, you know, it's been a month, maybe let's really try to go on one lunch together. Let's really try, let's do it. So I asked him to lunch one more time, and he was like, sure. So to make sure that he came to this lunch, we actually got one of his friends and his girlfriend, and we had like a double date. So we sat there in the cafeteria eating our lunch. Actually, I don't even think we had lunch, which was so strange. Anyway, we were sitting there talking, and I realized that we had zero things to talk about. So we went on this one lunch date and we had nothing to talk about except for the fact that we were both hungry. So another month goes by and it's the end of the semester. And at this point we were like totally not even talking. So I was about to text him being like, hey, can we be friends? And he actually gave me a text saying, hey, wanna be friends? And I was actually kind of relieved at this point. And I know that, yeah, I didn't really try out dating guys, really. All this stuff that people tell me. Well, I tried. It didn't work out. I didn't feel any feelings towards the fact that he stood me up. We barely talked. We hadn't even held hands or hugged. I just like didn't care because, I mean, on the side, I also had a crush on this girl. So once we broke up, which we didn't even go on dates, so we weren't really dating, but whatever. So we broke up, and I felt nothing. Literally nothing. Like, I was actually happy, and I was thinking to myself, why is that? Like, most people would be like, oh, I'm so sad, this boy doesn't like me, this and that, but I literally did not care at all. So after that, I realized that, hey, my girl crush was actually something that my brain was trying to tell me that I'm actually a lesbian. So that is the story of when I actually tried being straight and dating a guy as a lesbian. I hope that this video was entertaining and that you got a little bit of an insight into my life, and that hopefully this kind of story helps you if you can relate to that in your life. So if you can relate to it, or if it helped you at all, just comment down below how it helped you or how it is relatable to you. And like this video so then I know whether or not this video was actually helpful and if you thought it was funny. Have a lovely day. I actually have a video over here where I spoke to my best friend about when I was bisexual, when I thought I was bisexual for a while, but I was actually lesbian, and my best friend knew I was lesbian before I did. So if you want to see that conversation, check out this video next. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. See you there.